Yeah, I have actually quite a few. I mean, I played competitive soccer, so I was on a team always in that environment. I was always on a team working at the restaurant. But most recently, in the last 2 weeks, I was just working on a team for this theater production, and the my direct superior uh, did not react very well under pressure and stress. She wasn't very kind, but at the same time, I'm able to continue my work without taking that on. So I understand that it's coming from a place of stress. I do my work and do the best I can to communicate clearly about uh, what is needed or what we can do, but I try to maintain a very level uh, demeanor.
I guess now the answer is well developed. Now we see you understand how social behavior, like people under stress, may not react properly, and then you don't take it personally. I think that is a very good answer in that regard. Also, it started well because you were talking about you had different experience and you mentioned other experience, either professional or your hobbies, like you were in a competitive football team, right? And also you were working in restaurants, so you don't talk about that experience per se, but you name it here as examples. That is great. At the beginning I thought you were trained not to talk about professional experience itself. That is not bad per se. So for instance, you may try to give the message like you didn't have conflict at work, but you had experience somewhere else, like in your football team or in a previous job that has nothing to do with what you are doing currently. But then you mentioned as the third example, and that is also good. You mentioned three examples. I think it's the magic number, and you mentioned on this third example something about your current job, so more recent. And I think that is even making the answer better. So you are not trying to hide information. You're not trying to avoid anything, and you are honest. Also, you're not talking about you were the root cause of the problem. That could be the case, but okay, if you don't talk about that, I think could be also good. So we understand you are not a problematic person. Um, Also, if you think you are, you have some character. For some positions, may be good, and it's good if you know yourself, and it's better to mention something like sometimes I overreact when I'm under pressure. For instance, if you were the manager you had that was not reacting properly and she knew herself, it could say, yeah, sometimes under pressure I don't react as good as I like, and that is what I'm doing. So we can address that topic. In that case, you were not the conflictive one. I think it's a very good example what you picked, and definitely here give us a very positive feedback, like you manage the pressure, like she was imposing to you because she was under pressure, and yeah, well done.
Ask her instead of asking her in the moment of high stress uh, for the things that needed to be communicated clearly. I just asked her, would it be okay if I send you an email with everything that I've noticed from today's work that needs to be addressed, and then we can take it from there. And she said yes. So instead of approaching it at the moment of high stress, I we had a little bit of time, and I prepared everything written in an email, and then had everything clarified the next day.
I think it's not bad the approach she did. I mean, usually in the highest moment, addressing all those topics maybe not be the best idea. It is true, like many times you say, okay, just talk the conflict immediately. Don't let time pass through, because then it seems like it's a forced situation, or you were keeping that inside for a long time. So it's good you requested if that was okay, to send an email about what happened at work today, and because you're already sending the signal that there is something you want to talk about, so you don't allow time like, hey, you are not brave enough to talk about that, or you are just keeping until you burst out of pressure. So I think it's good, that approach, immediate approach, and it's also good to understand like the other person may need time to reflect and be in a different position, a different state of mind where she can really talk about those things. So I think it was a very smart approach, and it's good to share it that way, actually. So again, well done.